I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want to say thank you for smashing that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment in the comment box. Let me know what number of like you are. Jumping right into the market today in crypto. Red day. Overall market cap of cryptocurrency, $196 billion. Bitcoin has retraced slightly, 6,900 under the 7K level. This is a Bitcoin 4-hour chart. So we've been in this multi-week rising wedge, 68% chance of a break lower, and it did. See the volume confirmation because you had a move to the downside with increasing volume, so it shows a sign of strength of that downside move, okay? So now you got negative momentum, which is decreasing. So after the break to the downside, it's kind of obviously moved sideways. RSI is bouncing off the oversold area. What I want you to do is pay attention to a move higher. I mean, when I say move higher, I'm not saying by much, but potentially this could be a retest. And I'm going to talk about these more in a minute. But this retest would validate the idea of this breakdown even more. Now, this is not a good sign for Bitcoin, right? If the support breaks right here at about 6,800, you can expect 6,500 and 6,200 potentially. Over time, we might see levels as low as 6,000 or 5,800. It's all riding on this support right here. So now if we do get this retest, we might form some type of little head and shoulders, or essentially this is going to be a descending triangle. So I'll keep you guys up to date daily. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody's calling out breakouts, posting charts, working together to trade this market. I've got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading at all, nothing, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. Number one reason why people join my trading group is I post profitable trading setups every single day, and we've been killing it. It's amazing to see the gains we make in the trading group on a daily basis. If you guys want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. You pay for 6 months in crypto, you get a 20% discount. You pay for the year in crypto, you get an additional month for free and a 30% discount. If you do want to pay with a card month to month on a monthly basis, you can do so. There's a Patreon link that's in the description. This is Tezos up 72%. You can see here's the setup posted. Here's 52% out of Link. Again, bought the breakout down here. Here's the setup. Boom, 52% out of Link. Here's Ethereum, 57% gains out of Ethereum. Here's the setup posted in the trading group on the 17th of last month. Boom. Here is Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, again, posted March 17th, broke out 60% gains over time. This is Vechain, up 28%. I just posted this recently. Listen, the trading group is extremely successful, and you can see there's 1,584 people in the trading group. Now, most of these members are not short-term traders. They're not, let me trade with 100x leverage. Most of them buy and they hold for a couple months. They make a bunch of gains and they know when to sell. This person's up 1,000% on Link, but these people trade on leverage, so it's different. This person's up 215% on ADA. This is probably one of the best stories in the trading group that I've heard in a long time. I've successfully traded $4,000 into $96,000 over the last 3 weeks. So just to understand again about this retest, let's say this is the rising wedge we were just talking about. So if the price comes up and retests this level, that is confirmation, even more confirmation. You can expect more downside if this happens. Okay, so these are bearish retests. If the price, and this could be a support level, and this happens across, Fibonacci retracement levels, support levels. It happens all the time. Like the price action likes to retest these levels. So again, you see the price action. This is a support level, breaks to the downside, then comes back up and touches it, and that validates the entire idea. And then the break lower. This is why a lot of people in retail get completely wrecked, because they don't understand that, all of a sudden, let's say this break to the downside, people are selling, and then they see it move higher and they're buying, and then it retests and breaks and continues lower. So just wanted to make sure that you understand this idea. So again, just to show you on the chart, if we get a move like this, which is not guaranteed, but it could happen, but you'll see some continued downside. Okay, now it could just roll over, but definitely important to watch what's going on with Bitcoin. We do have a bearish cross of the 21 and the 50. Last time we had a bearish cross of the 21 and the 50 was right here. You can see the move to the downside was kind of in mid form, which it is now. So potentially we see a little bit of continuation based on that idea as well. So Bitcoin trading volume on exchanges grew 61% in the first quarter compared to the previous quarter. So again, I see this firsthand. There's a lot of new people coming into this market, a lot more retail. Obviously Bitcoin had an amazing run up. Who wouldn't want to be a part of this chart? Is this a crypto? This thing is skyrocketed. This is the Fed balance sheet. This is the Fed balance sheet. It increases to a record $5.86 trillion. They have a money-making machine, printing machine, if you will. Performance of the largest currencies versus the US dollar since the stock market peak. So I'm going to talk to you guys a lot just about how the global economic climate is completely changing at the end of this video. Make sure and watch the video to the end. But as much fiat as the United States is printing, out of the 20 largest currencies since the stock market peak, only 3 have outperformed the dollar: the yen, the Swiss franc, and the Hong Kong dollar. So you can imagine what this means on a global scale for the rest of the currencies that are being devalued. The number of Bitcoin addresses with a small percentage of the total supply is growing over the past 90 days. This blue line here shows essentially probably retail. They're just buying small amounts of Bitcoin. And it's obviously skyrocketed since March the 15th. Bitcoin CME futures total open interest volume. So open interest increases. People have open positions, right? So there's more people trading now. Since the start of the month, this is up 50%. So the idea here, and there's indicators that are based on this, the idea here is as open interest is increasing or higher, a lot of times that's when you see your big moves out of Bitcoin. So just keep an eye on the open interest. And it's actually considerably higher than it is here on this chart now. You guys saw this SOL on Binance. 5x. It was up like 450%, 500%. I'm going to talk to you about this more, and there's some big names attached to this crypto. I'm not saying like these are always high risk. Like these new IEO launches on Binance essentially are always high risk. People do make money, people do lose money as well. So just be careful with that. Matic got listed on Poloniex, and Justin Sun is all about it. Justin Sun bought a good percentage of Poloniex recently, so I'll talk to you about that in just a second as well. So this is the Just token, and so you're only going to be able to purchase this Just JST using TRX, and this is actually going to be on the launch base on Poloniex. So they're launching IEOs on Poloniex now, which is again part owned by Justin Sun, and here is the Just coin that he's involved in. And we're going to talk about this in detail because the guy's a billionaire for a reason. So some people maybe aren't super big fans of him, but just think about what he's done to try to, it seems like I talk about Tron all the time, so he is doing something right. He's a billionaire for a reason, period. IEO industry is being taken over by Poloniex with a TRX powered platform. And again, they're going to be launching its launch base on Poloniex. A lot of people are excited about it, especially Justin Sun. He says, Tron Foundation is a strategic partner. Strategic partner. I own it. The strategy is to take over the IEO launch market. So TRX is going to be the only eligible crypto for purchases, similar to BNB on Binance, right? Not a bad idea. Binance is doing well. Launchbase's first project is a Tron-based lending platform called Just, JST. Just is a decentralized lending platform where you can stake TRX. So again, Just aims to build a fair DeFi system that provides stablecoin lending and governance mechanisms for all users. Justin Sun then came out and said, hey, please come trade Matic on Poloniex. CZ Jr., Justin Sun taking over, trying to put it together. Here's Solana, SOL. Price soars more than 300% following Binance listing and other major announcements. Listen to this name, Chainlink. Solana partners with Chainlink. Man, it's like anytime you just mention a crypto and Chainlink together, boom. And it was an IEO, and people love, the whole market was kind of stagnant today or during the middle of the day. And this coin was just taken off, exploded. So here's what's interesting. There's some big names here. Listen, Solana was founded in 2017 by former engineers of Qualcomm, Intel, Dropbox. It's a single chain delegated proof of stake protocol. It delivers scalability without compromising decentralization or security. It claims it can handle 65,000 transactions per second. Now, before you say, well, we got to analyze this, we got to analyze that. This market is very speculative right now. You can make a ton of money off the speculation. You don't even have to dive into this crypto, pick it apart, look at the code. You just have to understand, how do people perceive this? You throw around some names like this, Chainlink, Qualcomm, Intel, Dropbox, and huge promises. Like there's a cliche almost in crypto. It's buy the test net, sell the main net. Like a lot of these projects that you're going to see big gains off of, and this is going forward. Like the newest projects that probably one of the best cryptos, biggest cryptos in this market doesn't even exist yet, hasn't even been built or created. But you just have to know that right now, millionaires and billionaires are being made off of how people perceive these cryptos. It's not always about, hey, what actually is going to happen. Like, oh, mainstream adoption is going to take this and the price is going to boom. This market's very speculative. Remember that. New York power plant sells 30% of its Bitcoin mining hash rate to institutional buyers. So this is Greenwich Generation, an upstate New York power plant using proprietary facilities to mine Bitcoin. It sold 30% of its computing power to institutional buyers. Whales, institutions, they're just going directly to the source. Power plants, buying hash power from power plants. Undisclosed buyers consisting of hedge funds and family offices were involved here. What do they know? They're ready for this halving. The halving is coming up in about 30 days. This is APL USDT. So the problem with some people will face in cryptocurrency is they can't find the charts on a lot of these coins. And so if you go to charts.cointrader.pro, you can pull up any cryptocurrency that's listed on CoinMarketCap or CoinPeprica. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Like, it's going to use their data set, but again, you're able to get charts for free. This is free to use. Maybe you want some, previous price history. So just an interesting tool that I wanted to show you guys. $80 trillion Bitcoin exit. Now, if you guys have some time on your hands, potentially you want to watch a quick documentary. This is 22 minutes. Google this or search YouTube. And it's pretty amazing what they talk about in this documentary. But I'm going to kind of touch base on a lot of this in just a second. Embracing the Bitcoin revolution is mandatory to protect yourself against Fed printing money frantically. Listen, this money printing is going to work in the short term. It's going to seemingly fix the problem. But unknowingly, things are going to falter. Bitcoin is going to take over because of, you can't just print more money out of thin air. It just devalues the currency. Money printing machine is what it's all about. Here we are. You guys need money? Here we go. We're printing you some fresh off the press. Money is undergoing a global reset. With the Fed's announcement of unlimited quantitative easing, it's going to buy or support almost anything, along with the pending passage of a $2 to $2.5 trillion stimulus package. This is the end of capital markets as we've known them. With the initiation of the Fed's complete takeover and the control of the United States financial economy, there's now absolutely no accurate pricing discovery in capital markets, and we've entered a period of total manipulation. The only markets this person has interested are those where the government doesn't have a heavy hand and it's not really involved. The public equity and debt markets are now nothing more than a greater fool market that are led by the greatest fools of all, the Fed and Congress. U.S. capital markets, rest in peace. Greater fool theory is, and sometimes it's valid in crypto, where I can buy at whatever price, right? It's very speculative. As long as I can find a greater fool to pay a higher price, then it doesn't really matter what I buy it for. And that's why this is valid in crypto too. It's time for plan B. Time for plan Bitcoin, the next person stated. Visa teams up with startup Fold for Bitcoin rewards on a new card. It's a pretty cool idea. I like this concept. So as much as 10% of the cash purchases made with a co-branded debit card from San Francisco-based Fold and Visa are going to be credited to users in Bitcoin. And so the idea here is people are not interested in spending Bitcoin right now. They're interested in accumulating it. So what if Bitcoin is, I mean, they don't really understand Bitcoin yet, most people, right? And so let's make it a reward, you know, kind of like frequent flyer miles. You know, you get all of a sudden you're accumulating this Bitcoin. You've heard about it. And potentially this is a good way to kind of, you know, move people into holding some Bitcoin. Give it to them as a reward. I like this idea. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.